Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Yesterday doesn't matter, it only serves as a ladder. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, so make your plans accordingly. Today is a new day to start again. Take each moment one by one and do the best you can. Grand Rising. Today is a new day to start again. It is 5/31/2025. Calling in my soul tribe. We are at the end of May, end of the 5th month, almost halfway through 2025. Doesn't seem like it. I have not made as much progress as I'd hoped financially. Memorial Day weekend, I missed that as far as work, and then the first week after, it's been dismal. But I've been doing well at work. I have to put together things, and I'm getting kind of back into my roots of what it is to work at a furniture store like that. So there's positives, but I am concerned, obviously, about my cash flow. So I need to concentrate on making more money. And I have this whole thing about money is a big problem in my life because I have a belief in what you put your intent into. And I wasn't going to get into this right off the bat, but I do want to address it because why not? People that are very faithful in things, I think a good one to use because it's so prevalent in our society is the faith in Jesus. That idea of giving your life to Jesus. So what I would say to try to give you some semblance of what it is that I believe, I have that same core faith, if you will, that money is something that needs to be uprooted out of our society because it has been overgrown. So we need to use money probably in a very selective manner, much more localized, in my opinion. It's as a much more into like your money is actually for your tribe only. And then that's, I think, how we would have to use it. Because my big stick has been that money is evil, and I don't think that that's true. So I'm scaling back on that, but it's not because of why people think it is. What I would say is money is a tool that can be used as a weapon. So my thing is that there is no such thing as a tool really, because every tool is a weapon as well. So whenever you make something, it's got a positive and a negative effect, period. That's just the way it is. So that goes to that as well. And so what I would say is sometimes, according to the Tao Te Ching and all of these ancient teachings, these tools are weaponized so harshly that you need to completely abstain from them. Like in your own personal life, you will run across things like this, and they can be very positive things and negative things. But when you become obsessed into something, whenever you become so obsessed that it takes over your life, some would say just commit completely to that, and that become your full obsession and your identity. And that's what your faith forms into. But I would say that you need to be more adaptable. So whenever you find something that is in my core belief, that is what I believe, that this money is, no matter how it is put in society, like people will say it's money's not evil, people are evil. And I don't, that goes back to something that is a core core argument that's completely deviates from my point, and then that's a whole different discussion. That's where it's so strugglesome in this whole idea of what money is. And then we also have this, because of how we umbrella words, this is really important too. In the definition of money, like money isn't bartering. People will, when I get into this money is evil, and then they want to get me down to, no, that's not money. Money is literally the bills. That's what I'm talking about. The paper, whenever there's no physical component to what the value is. So you really can't even use gold as a substitute. There's no substitutes. it's just value to value in a barter system. That's not money at all. That has nothing to do with money. That's not even an economy. That's just natural law of how things work. If you have an abundance, then you can use that abundance to gain stuff that you don't have from others that are around you. But they have to be able to, the thing about the real world is, unless you find, that's why gold was so precious, is because gold was the stuff that would withstand basically anything, and was, yeah, it probably has something to do with the sun. Whatever. This is all like what I believe, though. I think that's what we have to get back to. And that's what I truly believe. So if I think that this money thing needs to be gotten rid of, and I truly believe in this intent thing of what I'm devoting myself to, well, I'm not going to get any money because it's not going to come to me because I don't want it. I don't think it's good. So this is part of probably why I have no money and why I struggle so. But it's as much of a faith as it is that you believe that following Jesus is going to lead you to. I truly think, like, if you guys are all going to sit me down and say, what do I think we need to do? We got to get rid of money. And nobody's going to listen to me. So they're going to put me in a padded room. Take a breath. You can't fix everything in one day. Money will take care of itself. So on a side note, in the real world here, I'll start reading my script. I am chatting with a girl. You look out. A guy like me, woo. I haven't said all this in my chatting with the girl. I let a little bit out at a time. I'm going to keep it anonymous who the girl is that I'm talking to. But I have enjoyed it. I really don't think that there are many women that would want to saddle up with me too long term. Like, I was starting this video and I intended to make it a short video, and I'm barely into my writings, and I have already conjectured for 7 minutes. It is interesting though. I'm way too serious for most people in general, and I'm not successful enough to overcome my deficiencies. It's not that I don't feel we could align. I don't think most would think it's worth understanding because I don't have no money. I do love the feeling of having someone to share life with. Why have I always been missing that in my life? Because I alienate myself. My eldest brother called yesterday, and I think it's another interesting thing. Why does it seem I answer for them and not for me? And then it seems like I walk away from the phone call always as I feel like I gave more than I got. And that's why I stopped answering. I'm out of sync. I have been talking to this girl and really enjoying that. Back to that. I don't know how long it's going to last. I talked to one girl chatting like that for like 2 years. And it was a really cool, she was very impactful in my development. But so I think it's valuable to have somebody you can interact, even if it is just through messaging. So I came back from this trip. I've been working really hard. I feel like I'm making good decisions and I'm trying hard, and I don't feel like I'm getting very much fruit. But again, I think I need to own the fact that I manifest money as evil. That's probably why I don't have none. It seems like if you look at me, kind of bleak, I can't maintain. The problem with sales, I've been struggling at work and sales too. What do I need to change about myself? It's not that I've been underperforming at work as far as I just haven't had, I'm going to say it. I mean, I haven't had the right opportunities. The customers that I've had, I did my best with, but that doesn't mean, and it, when you're looking at the spiritual things and you believe in karma and these things that are out of your control don't seem to fall in place for you, it makes you question whether you're doing things the right or wrong way, and sometimes makes you reflect on yourself more. And some of that may be true and some of that may not be true. It does, it's so strange though, like when you're in an involvement where you're in some type of gratuity-based situation where you're either getting tips from people or you're based on customers coming through your doors and what you're able to sell them. You have to follow that flow, regardless how good or bad you are. It's so difficult because sometimes you're doing everything right and you just are not getting what but it doesn't matter. Sometimes you can do everything right and it doesn't flow for you because nobody comes in the store, or the people that do come in the store are in different vibes, and there's just nothing you could. There are people that walk into your store that you were never going to be able to sell. That's just the way it is. And same thing with like anything that you're doing. There's times where you can be the best waitress in the world, and you know, and there's other times where you're not doing very well, but you just happen to be in a great situation. The reality, though, comes to where you have to start looking. What you have to do in sales in those situations is you take your base level salary or your base level. What's the lowest? It's called your floor. What's the lowest amount you're going to be able to make? And can you survive on that? And that's basically where I've been at for like the last 3 months, but it's shrinking. So my floor is shrinking, and I need to figure out a way. And I have not seen like any real strong ceiling. So, and I don't know. I don't know how to cash flow it because I don't really understand where I'm at. I do know that I can't afford on the current pace that I'm at to have much of any type of expense. So it is. Have you ever had to go job hunting? It's the fucking worst. I hate going out and looking for a job, especially at my age, being interviewed by people that are much less experienced than you to chase carrots you know are not even that good for you, just so you can have some kind of standing and so that you can just live and operate. I really just want to help. I want to make a living. I want to be a dad, maybe a boyfriend. I used to blame God a lot when I was younger. I'd ask why. I was passionate sometimes, and I don't do that anymore. What's funny is when I did ask or yell, I didn't even really believe. I was an atheist, basically yelling at God for half of my life. Funny. Now I am a fully faithful prophet. I mean, I'm more disciplined than I've ever been in my life, and I have no prophets. I get into a lot of prophet. That whole prophet thing is very interesting. Our language is very interesting. You will never find one quite like me. I've said so much on these videos that many would say it's a waste of my time. I think my videos explain my demise in some ways because there's no profit in them. And I say, whatever. I left it on the floor. Like, I gave my life. So far, I feel like I've sacrificed everything to try to follow this message. I may be the best version of myself. I'm going to find a way. There is no quit. and I do know my value. My life has still not stabilized after my shift. There is no reward for good behavior. Like, I've been doing really well I try really hard. Like, I'm putting a lot of intent in decisions I'm making in public, and I'm trying to work on my words and what I say and being much more diligent in parsing my words. But I need to work on it. I'm still doing better, though. I just need to keep doing better. But I don't feel like I'm getting any reward. Like, I feel like I'm actually just keep going. I don't feel like I'm sustainable right now. Like, I feel like I need to make changes in my life, but I don't know what to do. So I'm just trying to kind of allow things to fall, but watch and make good decisions and be patient. If a coin flips heads 7 times in a row, do you bet the farm on heads again? Pin the tail on the donkey. I went to tales. People tell tales, tall tales, small tales. I just made all that up. What a weird game or ritual. Pin and tail on the donkey. All those are rituals, by the way. They're adapted rituals. Let's tie this up. I'm fully committed to following the way, mind, body, and soul. I've really been centering on that oil, blood, and breath. I think that there is something there. So I've been putting my intent into that. I don't do this to go to heaven. I don't do anything to avoid hell. The way is between heaven and hell. And it has always been, and it always will be. You and I are always and forever one step away from the way. That's the same as kind of born again Christians. You always have the opportunity to start again, to follow with faith, to give your faith. If that's to Jesus and you think that's the way, then that's good. I'm in it with you. My problem is my same thing is my calling is to bring to the world in my voice that this money thing is what all these ancients were warning us about. I am one step away, and you are one step away, always and forever. Do great, be grateful. Makes me so unpopular to talk about money in this way. The other one I get into is the Bible. Boy, I can't find very many friends that will listen to me through both of those discussions. And that makes it difficult for me to find someone. But I'm not going to hide that. At the core, that's what I believe. So that's what I'm really kind of begging the universe for, is somebody that could vibe through this whole video and not think that I'm trying to do something that doesn't make any sense, because I think it does. And that's why I'm so faithful to it. It's just like, I'm just walking around going like, why can't everybody else see this? And they still fight with this money thing and the status thing. It's just so ego driven. And I'm so tired of the ego, is really what it comes down to. I'm so tired of the ego. I just want to sing and dance is really what I want to do, and enjoy and play golf. And we have all this abundance. Why aren't we just enjoying that and trying to build? And I mean, I want to work. Don't think that I'm not afraid of a little work. I just like having payoff after my work. That feels good. That's part of what reflushes you. I hope everybody has a great day out there. I'm just trying to keep moving forward with my head ups. And I know that if I walk like this and I talk like this and I keep my head straight, that there's nothing but good things that can come. So That's what I'm trying to do.